What's up, Eatontown? It's your guy, Ali Mehdaoui, and this is Eatontown Voices. So this week's council meeting, well, it had layers. We had a statewide disparity study connected to Netflix, Black History Month proclamations, heart health awareness, affordable housing, legal deadlines, and the municipal building debate. And yes, a tense exchange, I know, another one, between the mayor and yours truly, which I'm hoping that we could be more of the friends that we already are. So let's walk through it clean. No exaggeration, no theatrics, just what actually happened and why it matters. Part 1, the disparity study and Netflix. The African American Chamber of Commerce presented a statewide disparity study. In the headline, billions in state procurement. Very little of it, though, is reaching minority-owned businesses. Now, connect that to Eatontown. Netflix is coming, and many redevelopments are happening. Industrial way rezoning is being discussed. The question becomes, who gets access to the opportunity? The mayor proposed involving the chamber through the Economic Development Committee, encouraging engagement along industrial way, using the Netflix Community Benefit Agreement to align employment pipelines. That's forward-looking economic positioning. That's real policy conversation. Part 2, community moments. We had several proclamations: Black History Month, Founders Day for major Greek organizations, Go Red for women, Congenital Heart Disease Awareness, Career and Technical Education Month. There were personal moments about family health struggles. That part of the meeting reminded everyone this is still a small town. Sometimes politics poses and community shows up. Part 3, the municipal building. Now here's the issue everyone is watching. The proposed size being discussed, roughly 65,000 square feet. There's a multi-purpose space, there's basement consideration, there's flexibility built into the design. There was discussion about a possible 4-lane gun range, structured so it could convert to other uses. But here's the key development. Councilwoman Escalante formally requested an independent cost-benefit analysis, not from the current architect, not from the current engineers, but an outside firm to compare renovation versus new build. That request was supported. Now that's accountability and that's documentation. That's due diligence, and we love it. Part 4, public comments and highlights. Roy Eisen stepped up and asked, does it make sense that the new independent engineer would also go back to all department heads all over again? Are we replicating all of those efforts that we already spent money on? In plain English, are we paying twice? That's a fair question. Then Ms. Williams asked, are we overshooting a bit here? That's the residents' perspective. Is 65,000 square feet too much for a town, roughly 13,000 residents? The mayor responded that the number is not final and the independent study will help determine what's appropriate. That's important. Nothing is locked in, not yet at least. Part 5, my exchange with the mayor. Now, during public comments, I stepped up and I asked the same question. How do we go 8 years in a row championing renovation from $3.4 million to now almost $50 million conversation? That's not personal. That's historical consistency. The mayor responded to my reporting and he said that it lacked context. And he said, this building should not be political. I followed up with, so why don't you make sense, educate us, and give us the answer instead of leaving us in suspense? It was tense. He declined to expand further in that setting. The administrator then offered to sit down with yours truly and review the full historical record in detail. And that matters because transparency works best when facts are documented clearly, not assumed, not inferred, not half explained, not imagined. Because if we don't have it, we're trying to fill in the blank in here. So let me reframe the moment for you. And I'll say this calmly. This is not about scoring points. This is not about party lines. This isn't about ego. When a project shifts from renovation to new building over years, residents deserve clarity on how the evolution happened. That's not political. That's governance. And when questions are asked, they should be met with explanations, not defensiveness. The good news, an independent study is moving forward. That means numbers will speak, documents will speak, and the process will speak. That's healthy. So look, I'm going to continue asking these questions respectfully, firmly, publicly, not in hallways, not because I want tension, but because big decisions require sunlight. Millions of dollars are being spent and even more are being discussed. Major redevelopment is happening. Affordable housing deadlines are real. Legal protection matters. And the residents of Eatontown deserve full context every time. I won't stop. I'm excited to have this conversation. I welcome the mayor. I'll bring a chair right in here and let's have a transparent conversation about whatever is important to you, whatever the history of the 8 years that we are wondering about. Who did what, why, when, where? Because it's important to understand if we have a documentation from the Asbury Park Press and many others stating that we had mold back then, we had issues back then, but the bones of the building were strong, good, healthy. We approved, voted, got funded for an actual renovation 8 years ago. I asked the same question that I will continue asking. Why did we go 8 years in a row over and over and over again, letting the same mold that we are saying we care about our employees for, letting the same cracks with the water that we're saying our police officers are suffering from, leaving the same issues that we are complaining about? Why did it allow it to go for 8 years in a row? Again, that's not anti-police. That's not anti-government employees. We want to know, why did we let them stay in that very same horrible circumstance that we're reporting on right now for 8 years in a row? Now that is what I bring to you here in Eatontown Voices. We're going to continue to show up. We're going to continue to listen, but we're going to continue to ask questions and, of course, report it right here for you. And the conversation continues. Until next time, make sure you stay engaged. Look, I'm going to tell you this as a personal note here outside what I'm recording and I'm producing. The worst thing that we can do as residents of Eatontown is to not engage. The reason why there are bad decisions or bad governance at times or decisions that you don't agree with and you feel like your voice was never heard is if we don't show up and ask these questions directly to council, regardless to Republican, Democrat, or Independent. If we don't fill that council meeting and we show up and ask these questions and say, why are you? Where is the tax money? Who is doing what, where, when? That pressure is what gets the elected members to do what they're supposed to do. And I myself, I'm looking forward for that day to come one day so I can help even more. I appreciate you and I thank you, and I'll see you in the next council meeting.
Still marketing your business like it's the Yellow Pages era? Welcome to ME Studios, where local solopreneurs and small business owners catch up with the digital world and take over it. We help you go from invisible to undeniable. Featured on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Plus, gain press exposure in over 100 to 300 major media outlets like Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC, and the CW. Right here in Eatontown, New Jersey, just steps away from the soon-to-be Netflix studios, our multi-unit facility is built for creators, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Stop marketing like it's 1995. Start building your digital authority today with a team that gets it.